you were talking earlier about how the Bell STI was so good. Can that be remoted?
We actually came out with a new product called the STI Remote this year. We found a lot of people wanted the STI, but they felt uncomfortable trying to hide it inside the cockpit of the car. The reason why people want the STI Remote is that they do not want any chance that it can be physically seen in the cockpit of the car. They don't want it hidden in a Kleenex box. They don't want to put it up on the visor inside of a special visor holder. They don't want it inside the cockpit of the car at all. So what they asked us to do is to develop a remote for that package, and the STI remote now can be remoted out in front of the grill. It can be remoted up on the ski rack or grill, the luggage rack I should say. It can be hidden behind a foam core bumper, behind the grill. It's physically hidden. The alerts are sent back into the cockpit of the car, giving you voice alerts inside the cockpit of the car and LED alerts. It makes the package completely invisible to the eye and also electronically invisible to all forms of RDD. And by putting that STI as a remote, it makes it the very best remote available in the world today for XK and KA radar.
Why won't a laser radar detector protect me from a police laser?
Laser is a very thin, small beam of light. When it exits a laser gun, it's the size of an eraser on the tip of a pencil. So it's slightly smaller than 1/4 of an inch in diameter. At 1,000 feet, it grows to approximately 36 inches wide, and that it's between 28 and 36 inches. It depends on which laser gun is out there. They all have different focusing capabilities. But the point being is that if a policeman is 300 feet away and he's aiming laser down on your license plate, at 300 feet, that laser beam is only going to be about 12 inches wide. If you have any kind of height on the front of your vehicle, none of that laser beam is going to come up over the top of the hood, and no matter how many radar detectors, no matter how good that radar detector is in the windshield, if it cannot detect that laser beam, it will not alert to laser. If it's not going to alert, then you just got pinged for a laser ticket.
What should I do when I get a solid laser alert?
There's a humorous answer, and then there's the real answer. If you have a radar detector and you get a solid laser alert, they've already got your speed. There's nothing that you can do about it. If you have a laser jammer and you get a laser alert, what you do is you calmly slow down over a period of 2 seconds, adjust your speed to the desired speed limit that you want, and then calmly shut the jammer off. As soon as you do that, your adjusted speed will pop up on the display of the laser gun. You look like Joe Regular, and at that point, the person who's using the laser gun goes on to another person. But I'm sorry, go ahead.
The ZR3 shifter has only 3 laser blockers. How does it differ from the M45 and the M25?
The ZR3, manufactured by Escort Radar, is a very good radar, a very good laser jammer. It has 3 modules. It's basically designed to put 2 modules in the front grille and 1 module on the rear license plate. The problem with this is that when the installer installs the rear laser jammer on the license plate, they rarely take time to find out if the license plate is perpendicular to the road surface. Now, if you can think about this, if the license plate is laying back a little bit and your laser jammer activates, that means all of your laser energy is going above the road surface, not where the laser gun is. So if you install a laser jammer on the rear license plate, you must make sure that the license plate is perpendicular to the road surface so that the laser beam goes straight back down the highway behind you. The other use the ZR3 can be used for would be putting that 3rd laser jammer on the front license plate for a larger vehicle. A Chevy 3500, a Hummer H2 or H1 has a very large front end, and 2 laser modules are not going to be sufficient to defeat laser on a large surface front end. Suburbans, Escalades, Excursions, the front end is too big for just 2 laser jammers, and you want a minimum of 3 laser jammers up there. That's the advantage of an M45. The M45 has 4 modules. You can put 2 in the front, 2 in the rear. You can put 3 in the front, 1 in the rear. Or you can do like we have done for this GT Mustang. We put all 4 front, and if a laser gun tries to penetrate our barrier, we'll pretty much melt the laser gun.
The ZR3 blocks 8 out of 10 laser guns. How does this compare to other laser blinders?
The ZR3 over the last couple years has been tested by Speed Measurement Labs, and it will defeat most of the laser guns. The blinder, on the other hand, has been tested against the same laser guns, and it will defeat 10 out of the 10 laser guns in use today. So the blinder in pure performance has a little bit better performance than an Escort. However, the Escort can be directly integrated into an SR7 remote from Escort, an RX-75 remote from Belltronics. It can be integrated into the Bell RX-65, the STI, and also the Escort 8500 X50 and the 9500i from Escort. Blinder, on the other hand, because it's an individual product, cannot be integrated into the displays of those other radar detectors. Having said that, I like the blinder better. It has better performance. It has its own power on-off, but I think for me that's better for performance.
Where would you install a laser shifter as opposed to a laser blinder?
Laser blinder by design is going to be installed into the grille on the front of the vehicle, above or below the front license plate. It would, if you had an M45, the 4th module would also be installed above or below the rear license plate. If you had a laser shifter, it's designed for 2 laser modules in the front grille and 1 laser module on the back license plate. But if you've got a large front end, you can put 2 laser modules in the front grille, and you can put that 3rd module on the license plate itself.